He made sure I had no money so I'd never have the power to leave him. I didn't realize I was broke on purpose until the day my debit card declined at a gas station I'd been to 100 times. "Try it again," he said from the passenger seat, calm as always, scrolling through his phone like this was mildly inconvenient, not humiliating. The cashier watched me with that look. Half pity, half impatience, while I swiped the card a second time, declined. Again. "It's probably the bank," he added, already sighing, already annoyed at me for the scene. That was how it always went. Somehow, my money problems were never his fault, even though he managed every cent. When we first moved in together, it sounded practical. He was better with numbers. I was tired. In love, relieved to hand over responsibility. We combined finances, opened a joint account, and I told myself this was adulthood. Partnership, teamwork. What it turned into was a leash. My paycheck went into the joint account. His did too, supposedly, but I never saw statements unless I asked, and when I did, he'd hover behind me pointing things out. "See? Rent, utilities, groceries, it adds up." Meanwhile, he had a separate account for business expenses. I wasn't allowed to touch that one. Whenever I talked about going back to school or switching jobs, he'd smile tightly and say, "We can't afford the risk right now." When I wanted to visit my sister out of state, he'd remind me how expensive flights were, how we were barely staying afloat. Yet somehow, there was always money for his gadgets, his hobbies, his nights out with friends. I learned to ask before buying anything. Shampoo, coffee, a $20 dress on clearance. Each request came with a lecture. Each lecture ended the same way. "I'm just trying to protect us." Protect us from what? Me leaving, as it turned out. The idea hit me slowly, like a bruise forming under the skin. I noticed I didn't have savings, not even emergency money. I couldn't tell you how much was in the account at any given time. My credit score tanked because bills were paid late. Bills, he said he handled. When I asked about it, he shrugged. "You worry too much." The night I finally said I wasn't happy, he didn't yell. He laughed. Soft, confident. "And go where?" he asked. "With what money?" That's when it clicked. The broke feeling wasn't an accident. It was architecture. I started small. Cash back at the grocery store. A freelance gig he didn't know about. I hid money the way people hide escape plans. Quietly, desperately, with hope shaking in my hands. Leaving didn't feel dramatic. No slammed doors, no screaming fight. Just me, a borrowed car, and a bank account with my name on it only. He texted me for weeks after. Not apologies, not promises. Just one message over and over, phrased different ways. "You're going to struggle without me." Maybe. But for the first time in years, every dollar I had was mine. And so was the choice to stay gone.